Good evening. My name is Maston Caden Jamison Cole Ross Ewing. I am in Lexington, Kentucky. In the last few days, you'll have to pardon my first video that something just happened to it. I don't know exactly what, but I'll start from here. In the last few days, I have placed videos and postings and basically some stuff that says a little bit about who I am. I was brought to my knees several times by some of the most harshest information that can never be given to a person. I am a good person, I have a good heart, and I have good intentions. I don't know where people get off telling and saying and doing things that, hurts people and offends people. I think we need to start becoming a loving society and being able to do something else with our lives. I want you to know that with all the love and the power that I can possess to give you, I have, and I will continue to do so. In the last few weeks, I have took on a campaign of the last 41 states. We have 9 states that are accepted. I want the doors of each church in America and each church congregation and each church in the world to understand, and if they would do so, I challenge the people that are Mormon to sit down and go to a regular Bible bookstore and get a King James Version Bible that has the print in red and read it. Read it twice. I make a challenge to you to do this because you'll find some things like I have found. God does not preach a message of hate, nor would He allow it from any pulpit in America. I find myself having to make this video in order to explain further of my background. I grew up in a home where my mother and father couldn't get along faster than anything else. I am a little bit, I've come from a broken home. I also want you to know a little bit more about me. I want you to know that God put a heart and a soul within this body to love unconditionally people that doesn't necessarily get it from other places. I want you to also know that you can turn to me at any time. My email address is mastonewing37@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me or leave me comments on this page. I would love to hear from you. God gave us a voice, a being, and a body to come here to earth to work our way home. God put all kinds of people here on this earth. You'll have to excuse my eyes. I'm having some problems with my contacts today. I also could tell you from the bottom of my heart and soul that with all entity of who I am, here in Lexington, Kentucky, it makes it very hard for me to do things and be around people and do the things that needs to be done. So I'm going to tell you this. I am a gay man, I am a Mormon, and both are the same. I really want everybody to know that it's hard being both. You have a church that tells you that not to hate yourself, but you hear hate preached from the pulpit. You hear hate preached from every angle of the doctrine. They don't quite understand human compassion. They don't understand who you truly are, and they don't understand and feel your concern and your love. Now I will say this much. Having been brought up in a non-Mormon home, I see all facets of life. I even see the facets of being poor. I see facets of being homeless. And I also see facets of other natures. I can tell you this much. God does love you, and He always has, and He always will be, or do. I also know for a fact that He put us here in our own form, our own body, of the way He wanted us to be, not to be changed or to be put through reproductive therapy or reparative therapy, to be shocked to death by mechanisms that church people basically did back in the years, and it may still go on, who knows. I find myself every single day hearing stories, and hearing the stories of young men and young women that went through this, and I have to sit here and say, why would God allow this to go on? Why would God allow these people to go through these shock therapies, these counseling sessions that goes nowhere? And people that ran for a woman that ran for president said she had no dealings with reparative therapy, but then turned around and lied to the American people because it was recorded in her own office by hidden camera of what goes on. I can also tell you, and I also want you to know, I've been to several different counseling levels. I've been to the counseling levels to either accept who I was or be damned. I've been to counseling people that tells me that it's okay, we can change you, we can get you back to a normal life. No, there's nothing such as called a normal life. If you people out there understand that it's normal to be the way that people are and have concerns at the way people are having concerns as of today, I beg you to rethink your lifestyle and rethink your life as a whole. My own family would not let me see or visit with my own mother for other reasons I won't go into. I can tell you this as of today. I grew up being hated by my brothers and my sisters and my cousins, my nieces and my nephews for no apparent reason. They were jealous of me for some reason, and I never quite got it. I never quite understood it. Well, I didn't care. I just wanted to figure my own way out and get out of that house and leave at any cost. I did it at a very bad rate. People out there, if you could just live in my heart for one day, 1 week, or 1 month, I can tell you, it would scare you to know how much that I love people and I admire people. It scares me and it hurts me so bad. I have tried for 8 years to get myself somewhere that I want to go so I can feel some peace in my heart. And I never can. I've tried for 8 years. I got rid of everything out of my house that I thought didn't need to be in my house, but yet I have to wait. I have to wait. I have to wait and wait some more and wait some more. I'm tired of waiting. I've tried every which way but loose to get what I need to feel safe. I'm not the most perfect person in the world. To be honest with you, I'm the most hurt. You know, I could just imagine what Christ felt like when He went up on that cross, and when He stood there and was put those crown of thorns on his head to bleed, and his pores began to pour out blood. When they nailed his hands to the cross, one through his hand, through his wrist, and through his feet, could you only imagine? I really, really implore you, if you're a general authority, if you're a quorum of the 12 person, or if you're the first presidency that views this message, take your shoes off and wear them, let someone else wear them for a day, and you take upon you a pair of shoes of a gay man, a lesbian, a bisexual, or a transgender person, and see what they have to go through, see the hell that they have to put their lives through, and see the hell that is felt within their self and their being. You'll open your eyes up to a new world. Yes, I am for equality, and I am a Mormon, but that doesn't change things. I want you people out there to realize that I am a loving person. I do have a deep compassion for people, for the human race, and for everyone else. I want everybody else to be treated the same way that they are in any other facet in life. I want the people that I love and care about, and the people that keeps me alive. Lord knows I'd love to figure out a way to get out of this miserable, cold-hearted world that we call the earth. I really want you to know we need major change in this country, and now, not later. My heart breaks every time I hear about a suicide of a young person because he was gay and bullied. You know, bullying is not something that I take lightly. I was bullied as a child. I was bullied by my own brothers and sisters, and part of my other family members as well. I wasn't treated like I should have been treated in life. My soul and my heart breaks when I have to hear of a child telling its story about how hard it was growing up, and having to go to school and face these people that were so macho that they had to beat on a gay kid or bash them. My glasses was broke 5 times one time I was in high school, and 2 or 3 times when I was in junior high, due to the fact that people wanted to hurt me and put harm upon me, and I had no help. There was no help available. There was nothing. I had, when I would walk home from school, or ride a bus to the other school to walk from my school home, I basically had things threw at me for moving vehicles. I had things that was thrown at me and bashed at me and hollered for moving vehicles. One afternoon I was trying to help a realtor set a sign up just to be as kind as I could, because she had just had broke her arm and she was trying to work with one arm, and these kids come by driving in a car and hollered at me a name that I won't repeat. Well, hell, they called me a faggot and a queer and drove on, and that realtor looked at me and said, you know, it's awful what people will say from things and what they hide behind. So I helped her place her sign in the front yard of this empty house. Me and her went over and sat on the porch in the 2 chairs that she had provided to stage the house with stuff, and I helped her, just so I didn't get to go home for a little while longer. And she asked me what time we were setting things up. She said, they're hollering at you, aren't they? And I agreed with her. And that's when I broke down and I told her, I said, it's a hard world. It's a hard world when you're sitting and you get told not to hate yourself, but then by other messages you're told to hate what you feel and try to turn yourself to another facet in life. It hurts me every single day. I have been offended so many times in the last 30 days, and I have been hurt by other people in the last 30 days, and beyond that, I've been hurt the last 8 years of my life by people in my own church that tells me not to hate myself, but yet they'll go behind my back and talk about me like a fool. I wished for 1 week, 1 month, 1 year that a person that has undignifiedly harassed and harmed me, I wish she would wear my shoes for a year, and be in my body for a year, and just see what type of person I am. I worry most of the time about what is happening to me. I also worry about a lot of things that goes on in this world. And I want to say this much to you. I love people that love God. But when it comes down to it, that they go to their pulpits, their podiums or whatever, and they preach a message of hate and they tell people that they love them, I think they need to re-examine what they're saying and how they're communicating to the world. It breaks my heart. It breaks me badly. And it offends me on a day-to-day basis to hear people say so harmful things to me and about me. I want you to know that every time that I turn around and I hear somebody say some snide comment to me that's about me, I wish that they would feel just a little piece of the hurt that I feel. There's a lot of people out there that love me, that care about me. I don't know who all they are. But if you really love yourself so good enough to condemn another person, you might want to rethink yourself and rethink your policies and your understanding. You know, we have a quorum of the 12 member, or a couple of them, that hate gay people. They preach it from their little pulpits and talk about it. I just wished one day that we all could be free to be who we are and not have to hide what we feel inside of ourselves and be who we really are. I really, truly would honestly love to see that happen, but knowing in my mind it won't. So I beg to you today, I honestly beg this to you: quit bashing, quit harassing, and quit your hate speech toward people, or it's going to lead down a road that you've never been before. I am a gay Mormon. I have feelings just like you. I have a heart like you. I have a soul just like you. But I don't go out and use it against people to hurt people. I want you to know that there is people out there that think that just because I ask questions that I've been mean to them. I ask questions because I want to know why and where and where from. So I beg and plead to you today. Sometimes I sit and I cry because it hurts so bad inside that I knew years ago when one missionary, one single elder from my church decides he wants to go out and he uses the context of discussion a wrong way, and destroys me. I had people turn against me so fast in a church that predominantly says that they love you, they care about you. But I can say this much: one day, after a while, through a veil, I'll be free to be who I am. I will be free to be who I am through the veil, with or without a temple recommend. I want that so bad. I want both things in my life so bad that it kills me. Sometimes I want to come home and I want to get myself out of this world so fast that you don't even know. Just so I didn't have to suffer to hear the word no anymore. And we're going to have to wait a spell. We're going to have to wait some more and wait some more. There's something that I want more than anything else in life, is to be free to be who I am and love myself the way that God intended me to do. But it makes it very hard when I have people that talks a good message of hate. A good message of hate. You know, being in the church is when I made a decision to join this church, I joined it because I felt something inside of myself, in my spirit, and in my soul. I didn't join the church to destroy my inner self and my inner love, my inner peace, my inner care. And I want you people out there to know, just a tad bit, I think all LGBT community, and last night I used the frame, a work of Dr. Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream. I just used that part of it. And that got me so many flack. You know, I'm not saying that we're the new black people or whatever. But in a way, we have a civil right to be who we are and be free. But I ask you, and I honestly ask you, would God really want you to hate somebody? Would God want you to go out and bash this person? Would God want you to go out and harass this individual just because of the way that they feel or do? I want you to know God would never want any of that. I also know for a fact there is means and ways for people to be treated, and I expect them to be treated equally under the law. You know, I love the church so much. I keep everything that is under the word of wisdom, the law of chastity, and I can tell you, it kills me. No, it really doesn't kill me. It hurts me to see people that deserves happiness to be truly who they are, that gets treated like garbage on Sunday because of who they are. Again, if you would like to contact me, my email address is mastonewing37@gmail.com. I want you to realize something. If you're a Mormon and you're sitting in the first presidency, the Quorum of the 12 or the 70, I would advise you to go look at the other people that you're talking about and you're spreading these messages to, and how that they've done, and examine the suicide rates in the church. Because every time you go and condemn these people from the pulpit and talk about articles that you filed, letters that you've done, it finds a way to hurt and harm people. I don't care if you excommunicate me or whatever for the way that I feel, but I'll tell you what, if you excommunicate me, it'll be on a public forum. Not only will I air it on my broadcast, I will air it on this YouTube. I am one of God's children that He put here, and I am one of God's children that He wants to see come home. You people need to wake up and realize and understand that there are people out there that you've heard over the years by some of the stuff that you're doing And now this new Mormons and Gays website has come forth, and a bishop's guide to same-sex attraction has come forth. Let's open that up for everybody to see. You say in your to love one another. Let's truly put words with the meaning. If you really love these people, you will honor them and love them the way that they are and the way that God intended on them been made. All I ask is for equal treatment for all. Equal treatment under the law for all. Pass that human rights campaign. Pass it. Let's get human rights campaign throughout the world. Do you know in some countries that they put gay people to death because of the way that they are? Now let's ask this question for a moment. If they put them to death, then their blood that they have killed is up on their hands at judgment. I can say this much. I never would never wake up and say, hey, I want to be a gay person today. I never would have done that. I never would have had that nerve to do, or even to say that. I didn't wish this upon me. I didn't wish this upon anyone, or anyone wouldn't have wished it upon themselves, but we ended up in the body and the condition that we are. It breaks me, and it breaks me bad. There's a senator from Tennessee named Stacey Canfield I wish would go get out of office, resign, and quit trying to put people down. Or he's going to run a lot of people away from him, and I hope to high heavens whoever's running against him gets the election won. This man is a dangerous person to the gay community, like Bishop Butters was to the Utah community, and still is a part of it today. He's not a voice of the church, but he uses the church. Finally, the church got tired of his ranting and raving and basically threw him under the bus. There's been others do this before, and I can say this much. I love you. I care a lot about you. And know God really loves you ultimately. I want you to know that the things that God has instilled for you can happen here and can happen through the veil. I also believe in the work that the Mormon Church does for the families of the deceased ones that has died before them. So I ask you to reconsider your decisions, your actions, and your motives toward how you treat a gay person. And I also, as a member of the church, ask each bishop, stake president, and anybody that can hear my voice and hear this video, I wish that you would open up your dialogue and not preach a message of hate anymore. And I also ask that the general authorities of the church and the 70, the Quorum of the 12, and any other of the First Presidency that hears this message, I hope to high heavens that you understand that you've got people that is in your church that's paying your 10% of what they get to you every month, and making fast offerings and other offerings and helping and serving in ways. And still to this day, because of a single status, you cannot put a single bishop that is non-married into a bishopric. Why don't you change that? Put a gay person up there. I think that gay person would be a lot better off to serve the people because they know how it feels to be hurt and harmed. I'm not asking you to conform or change. I'm just asking you to consider it and pray about it and get back to me on it. Again, my name is Maston Caden Jameson Cole Ross Ewing, and I am a gay Mormon. And I hope someday that it gets better for everybody. I really do. I want you to know that God loves you in the capacity, the condition, and the worthiness that you are. And I'll leave these things with you in and by the name of Jesus Christ and our Lord and Savior.